everyone, my name is Rolf Tröndle and I welcome you to the Change Cockpit monthly signal. This month it's about SharePoint Online. So this is an excerpt from our monthly live Change Cockpit tech brief covering all the M365 workloads, followed by a few changes from this month's Power User Edition. So let's go to the SharePoint Online OneDrive for Business news. First one, we get a new SharePoint experience. That's quite a big change because the SharePoint UI will change a lot. It's a co-pilot AI-focused experience. We get a whole redesigned app bar with Discover as module, Publish, Build, then the OneDrive and Home. So this is by default off at the moment, at least. It's an opt-in experience, but it's tenant opt-in, meaning you need to enable this new experience if you want to try it in SharePoint Admin Center settings, the new SharePoint experience, and then you turn it on there. But it, as mentioned, it will be turned on for all users, but users can switch back individually to the old experience. AI features in this new experience still require a co-pilot license, and that's another important to note. If you already, if your app bar was hidden, you configured the app bar on the left side to be hidden, then this will become visible again, and there is no longer a way or a support to hide it afterwards. So as this is quite a big change or a big update, I added a quick marketing video from Microsoft to show you this experience. So let's have a look at this one.
For 25 years, you've trusted SharePoint with the knowledge that keeps your business moving. Through every shift in how work happens, we've grown alongside you, earning that trust and making sure you're always prepared for what's next. Today, we're announcing a fresh new look and an experience built for how people work in an AI-first world.
So that's it. That's for the new SharePoint experience. And yes, you can enable it if you would like to do so. And it was, in my opinion, this video was mainly a co-pilot demonstration inside SharePoint. So I think that's the target of this redesign. So next change. SharePoint on one-time passcode will be retired. That could be a huge one. Till now, you could configure in your tenant, or at least if you have an older tenant, you can configure Entra ID, enable Azure AD B2B integration setting. This means, or by default, older tenants have this turned off. And this, if it's turned off, then SharePoint Online one-time passcodes are enabled. You can see this if you invite an external user to, or let's say you share a site or a page or a file to an external user, then the external user gets the prompt, the external user enters the email address and gets then a one-time passcode by email. That's the one-time passcode experience. If you turned on Enable Azure AD B2B integration, then this will be switched to, from SharePoint users having this passcode experience, will be switched to Entra ID B2B guests, like you have when you invite someone into Teams. Now this could be switched back and forth, but now in May, this switch will not be honored anymore. So Microsoft will change this whole experience. Then new external shares will automatically switch to Entra B2B starting in May, and existing SharePoint OTP users will continue to function. That's important. No user experience change. But in July till August, the OTP retirement starts, so external users without a guest account will get an access denied error message if you're currently having this SharePoint Online one-time passcode experience turned on, or let's say you didn't turn on Azure AD B2B integration. Your tenants have this Azure AD B2B integration turned on by default. So you can remediate from this access denied error message, either create a guest account manually in Entra ID for this particular external user, or an authorized user must now share or reshare a file, a folder, or a site. It doesn't matter what, just because this sharing creates now the Entra ID B2B guest user, and as soon as this user exists, the external user will regain access to all the already shared content. Authorized user means by default, every user inside a tenant can invite external users as a guest, but perhaps you configured your tenant so that only certain users, so some particular users, have the guest inviter role. So the questions now are also conditional access for guests. Probably you already solved this because you are already using B2B guests for Teams. Who is authorized to create these guests? The governance part, as just mentioned, the guest inviter role, and email OTP status for guests without Entra ID or a Microsoft account. You can also list all your currently existing SharePoint external users using get SPO external user from SharePoint Online Management Tools, but then you don't see any last activity in there. You just see the users. Could be that this user logged in the last time 3 years ago. To get the activity as well, you need to do an audit log search for file accessed and file downloaded. So quite a bit of work to find out which users need it and which users you should perhaps pre-invite so they won't get any access denied error message. Then page template gallery will be improved. So first of all, it will be a unified experience. The template gallery, you can switch or choose between pages and news posts, and you also get 31 new templates in there as well. Then in SharePoint sites or document lists and libraries, not in sites, sorry, in lists and inside libraries, you can add a new column type called Quick Step. So Quick Step itself is available for a longer time, but now you can add the Quick Steps inside a column. This means that the line item will get a button for this Quick Step. So you can easily start, let's say, some approval process for this selected line item just with one click. The users don't have to go into the Quick Step menu anymore to start it. It's quite easier then. Then there is a new option for expiration policies for people in your organization links. So till now you could force expiration for anonymous links only if you enabled them anyway. And now you can do the same for people in your organization. So if you share something, a folder or a file using the people in your org link, that's quite a big permission because everyone inside the org can now access this particular file or folder, especially Copilot of the other user will find this file for sure. So you can either configure a fixed policy or you can add recommendations for expiration. You can do site level overrides. So you have two possible options. You can configure, as mentioned, suggestions. So it will show to the user we recommend having an expiration time of 30 days. Or you can force it either on a site level or on the whole tenant. You can also force on a whole tenant a setting and then override the tenant setting on a particular site using PowerShell. Currently, it's only available inside PowerShell. As far as I know, there is no UI coming with this rolled out change. Then in SharePoint Site Analytics, we will get AI citation analytics in there for documents, news posts, and pages. So you can see how many times this page or this document was referenced by Copilot and other agents and how often. So we will see all the popular contents inside Site. So if someone asked a question or prompted for something inside Copilot, and then you would see in addition to the file or how many people viewed a certain file, you would also see how many times it was cited by Copilot. Then we have a retirement for the legacy search and intelligence feedback portal. So this legacy search and intelligence feedback portal means also that the feedback will be moved to product feedback, already existing product feedback in Microsoft 365 Admin Center. In product feedback, you can now filter for a product search, and then you will see the search feedback in there instead of the legacy search and intelligence feedback portal. And users will no longer select from a feedback category. They will only have the option to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down to give you feedback. Following an excerpt from the Power User Edition. SharePoint Online gets a new page template gallery and will add 31 new templates in there as well. This will be a new unified experience for Pages template as well as for news posts. You can easily switch on top of the template gallery. Workflow integration will be added, so you will get the same workflows from Teams inside SharePoint Online. So adding a workflow will be powered by Power Automate and can be created the same way. Now, if you're currently still rely on the notifications of, let's say, someone modified a file and you will get an email notification, this SharePoint Online notifications will be retired soon, and you can replace them easily using workflows like notify recruiting review when files or items are modified inside this site or document library. OneNote usage will be included in the site usage report. So if you are often having a look at the site usage data inside SharePoint Site Analytics, then if it goes up a little bit now, then this could be as well because OneNote will be respected there too. Thank you for watching so far. This was a workload excerpt from the Tech Brief and the Power User Edition Tech Brief, where we present all Microsoft 365 updates, currently around 140 each month, to IT admins and engineers, and then the Power User changes, where we provide a platform where you can select the changes you would like to have presented to your Power users and edit and export your own video. Just take a look, no obligation, get your 1 month access without any commitment on changecockpit.cloud. Thank you and goodbye.